and Stench.
Welcome to the show. It's the Jamie, Jack, and Stench show with guest host today, Melissa Rivers, filling in with us. Thank you for being here.
I'm having a great time.
We are having fun. We've had a lot of celebrities. Natalie Maines from the Dixie Chicks, Reverend Run, still to come, JD from INXS, Sam Rubin, pseudo-celebrity.
We had the woman from
Sam.
But we saw a whole other side of Sam today.
Yeah, Sam, you made Sam dirty, which is impressive because we've wanted Sam to be, hey, dish for us. Give us something good. And then today he was like, I think, trying to one-up you and started really dishing.
Yeah, it was all good stuff. I was quite enjoying it myself. I'm like, what else?
What else you got, Sam?
Exactly.
Let's make up stories next time when we talk to him at 9 o'clock. We'll throw fake stories out there and see if Sam tries to up us.
Exactly. Let's just do like a whole competition. We'll just make stuff up.
See if Sam tries to win the competition.
And what about, we had from Tuesday Night Book Club.
Yeah, that lady, I don't like her.
I just think it's interesting.
But I think
if you're with someone for 3 years, you know what you're getting into.
Okay, you're getting into, and I get that they were equal at the time, and now she makes more. But, I mean, myself, because I'm in that situation, they throw the money in your face all the time.
Not true.
No, if there's an argument in the house about blah, 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 well, why don't you go pay for whatever? And she did it
Her
right in the
case
clip.
was eggs and bacon or whatever.
She
said toilet paper.
The poor guy's a fireman.
Yeah.
He has a real job. He's not an exercise instructor or whatever the hell
by the
she
way,
is.
that's
Model.
no slouch. They make decent cash, and it's a good job.
He puts his life on the risk.
Yeah, it's what we call a noble profession.
Right.
Yeah, and what is she's a speech therapist for children.
Which is also a very good thing to
I thought
be.
she was a model.
No, she's done that as well.
She's a fitness model on the side. So she gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning, goes to the gym, gets ripped and shredded, then goes to work, makes more money, then comes home and bitches at that man and doesn't put out. And he's a fireman.
He's a fireman.
That's un-American.
Yeah, that is.
If you're married to a fireman, you have to put out. It should be like a rule.
But I've been in a situation with, different earning potentials, and it can be difficult. It's all how you handle it.
You throw it in their face?
No.
Ever?
No.
Ever? You were
No.
like, look, or go buy this.
No.
Or what do I have to pay for dinner?
I'm very sensitive to it.
You are?
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
I am.
I don't know why I don't believe you, and I like you a
Yeah.
lot. You're like one of my favorite co-hosts so far.
But no, I'm very sensitive to it.
And so
because I've learned the hard way that just it's very destructive to do that.
Well, it's also to a guy, it's such a we've grown up one way, and the world really is changing. There's a lot of couples where women will make more than the men, and so you kind of have that going over. Because when I was a kid, my dad made all the money, dad paid the bills, and that was it, and that's the way it was. Well, now I'm an adult, it's not like that.
Yeah, and it's I've learned the hard way that you need to be very sensitive to it and be very aware of how one handles it.
Wow. That's a way to put it.
Yeah. So, I just think that
I like that you've learned the hard way, which means you were like that.
Which means I've been through a number of disastrous relationships where I found myself saying such things like, well, yeah, why don't we put it on my cardigan? But I don't do that anymore, and I'm not in that kind of relationship
you get
anymore.
like a real job.
Exactly. So when are you actually going to sell one of your wonderful poems? You know what I mean?
All right. If you're in that situation, we would love to talk to you because it is an interesting one, and I think it usually just ends up bad. When the woman makes more money than the guy, it usually ends up in a bad situation, and that show on CBS is living proof of it. It's the Tuesday Night Book Club.
And again, the fact that my obsession with the fact that they all had the exact same squared-off acrylic French manicures. They all had them.
Well, it had to be like a show stylist because those women, there's no way that many pretty women are friends to me in the first place, and they're all hanging out.
That they were distantly knew each other, perhaps.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, they had heard about each other.
Yeah.
Which doesn't really mean anything. They didn't know each other. They put them together. They
they're
got
all
them a stylist,
good-looking.
and they all look put together for every scene.
Well,
you need to be. You're on TV.
Yeah, but still,
That's not reality.
You and I have both been through breakups.
Yeah.
You've been through breakups. We've all been through breakups.
Yeah.
Right.
When you're breaking up with someone, you don't have on heels.
Yeah, your hair's not done.
No.
Yeah. I look sexy though through my whole divorce. I was kind of hot.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
but
know
that's-
I was.
you're
But
in
that
a-
was only because I was trolling for some new stuff, and then once I got the new stuff, I let myself fall apart again.
Well, see, I have this theory that if you're gonna have a bad breakup,
Yeah.
and this happened to me in one of my breakups, and it was the only upshot of it was I'm one of those people when you're upset I don't eat, so always break up right before bathing suit season.
Oh,
good
that's
idea.
Nice.
So that you'll look good in your bathing suit for summer. That was the upshot.
All right, we'll take your calls next. 1-800-STAR-987 and Dr. Stan, tomorrow's guest host when we come back.
Jamie, Jack, and Jamie, Jack, and Stench Show.
Welcome back to the Jamie, Jack, and Stench Show. Melissa Rivers filling in for Jamie today. Thank you so much for being here. And can you hang out for a little longer? Can you go past 9?
Yep.
Because we have JD we've got to talk to. Sam Rubin's coming back.
We got a lot on the agenda.
There is a lot on the agenda today. In fact, we've had so much we can't get to everything that we want to do. But right now we do need to go to the privatephone.com hotline, talk to tomorrow's guest host, which is our old friend, Dr. Stan from Starting Over. Hello, Dr. Stan.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, Melissa.
Good morning.
How's it going?
It's going.
Yeah, you having fun there
I'm
with
having
the guys?
a great time. I'm sorry I'm not going to be here tomorrow because I will always, I like free stuff, and I'm thinking free therapy is really a good thing.
Well, it's going to be a challenge for me tomorrow to do therapy without that blonde, crude, rude woman.
You know
by
what
my
I
side.
thought, Dr. Stan? I honestly thought, wow, this will be the first time ever Dr. Stan's going to get to come in, give someone advice, get through a call without Jamie stopping him and just like telling him something really awful.
No, Jamie gives the real advice sometimes.
She does. And I'm going to try to incorporate her advice in my advice, too, because we're going to change people's lives tomorrow. But we're going to do it the Jamie and Dr. Stan way.
Oh, I so don't see Dr. Stan stopping down to some girl going, what, you don't deserve better? You know what? You're a stupid tramp and you get what you deserve.
Exactly.
I don't see that happening, Dr. Stan.
Sometimes
Well, I'm
that's
looking
what you
forward
need
to
to hear.
Well, listen, I'm sure, Jack, you and Stench are going to make...
Don't worry, we're going to help.
Yeah.
You're going to make Jamie proud, I think.
I hope so.
We'll help you, and that's our job, but we are really looking forward to tomorrow. It's the first time ever, a Therapy Thursday, which we do every Thursday, but it's going to run the gamut of the whole show, so that will be absolutely fun to do, and Dr. Stan, you are, of course, our star therapist.
Now, I have to tell you, I've never done therapy before at 6 o'clock in the morning, so...
Yeah.
My therapist has.
Emergency call?
Oh, yeah. Only page if this is an emergency. Define
Right, exactly.
emergency.
There you go. Right.
My emergency or your emergency?
I need you right now.
It's going to be very difficult, but we're going to try it, and we're going to try to do it straight and serious with a hint of humor and a hint of Jamie's kind of incarnation in the room.
Oh, well, yeah, we will represent our Jamie White. Jack and I will.
Well, I've been rehearsing. I've been rehearsing trying to insult people while I do therapy simultaneously, and trying to develop a new therapeutic model for this, because I think that Dr. Phil has it all wrong.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. I sometimes think Dr. Stan leaves this show and he's like, I'm never coming back. I'm never coming back.
It's a good dose of reality testing, and I still wonder why some of these people call into this particular show with these kinds of problems. But tomorrow, actually,
tomorrow.
we're gonna change people's lives. We're gonna really be serious in a fun way. So anybody who has any problems, any issues, can start calling in right at 6 o'clock in the morning.
It's going to be
I'm
cool.
sure I'll be ready,
I'm going to
yeah.
set my alarm and have it on
We
redial.
really are looking forward to this. It's a new thing that we're doing for the first time ever. Dr. Stan from Starting Over, weekdays at noon on NBC. He will be our guest therapist for an entire day of Therapy Thursday.
Oh, boy.
Thanks, Dr. Stan. We'll see you
Dr.
bright and
Stan.
early.
Tomorrow. Thanks, everybody.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
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 Jamie, Jack, and Stench. Now, Sam Rubin's Entertainment Report on the Jamie, Jack, and Stench Show.
How you guys?
Hi, Sam.
How are you?
Hi, Sam.
We're good. Are you on your way to preschool graduation?
I'm on my way to preschool. Melissa, I'm sure, has this dilemma where, she's a huge entertainment mogul, but she's also, first and foremost, a mom.
Yes, I do have that problem being the mogul at.
Yeah.
At preschool.
And so, yeah, I'm kind of freaked out because I just had this kind of long interview and or lecture from Bill Cosby about...
I like and/or.
Pardon me?
I caught that and/or.
Yeah. And my daughter's graduating today is 5 years old. He's like, do not let your daughter show her crack when she's walking through the mall.
Wow.
I'm like, come on.
That's good advice from Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
What are you,
And
what are you talking
random.
about? What? Pardon me?
And random advice from Bill Cosby.
No, but he really went off. I mean, he feels very strongly about, and you've seen some of these bites from commencement addresses that he gives across the country, that, particularly, quote-unquote, the rap culture, but all of sort of the sexploitation culture has ruined everything for everybody. And, he's very evangelical about it. He feels very strongly about it.
Do you remember the award show when he was sitting in the audience and, oh, my God, who was the female comic that came up to play along with him? And he shut her down.
Was
Right.
it Wanda?
Wanda Sykes.
Sykes.
That
The
was
Wanda
it.
Sykes?
And it was
Wow.
the Emmys 2 years ago, I
Yeah,
believe.
that was like just an uncomfortable moment. But
Don't ask me why I remember these things.
He doesn't embrace that whole comedic style.
Yeah, no, he was saying, though, he talked about it was interesting how he came up sort of during the era of Lenny Bruce, And, that's, I mean, Melissa's mom is no exception to that either. But he's always, more or less played clean. And he's actually a terrific stand-up. He's really funny.
Oh, he's so funny.
Yeah.
And, but you go back now and you listen to Lenny Bruce, and it was what was considered so controversial then. You listen to it now and you go, God, you can be funny and not have to be profane.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, what Lenny Bruce did then, you would probably see on that Last Comic Standing now.
Yeah, I was you see in prime time now.
Yeah.
Right. In prime time. The story we teased before about the Sopranos, can Tony Soprano survive without either of his kids and 4 of his lieutenants? There are big contract renewal problems there. James Gandolfini himself, $1 million an episode. Some of these sort of second bananas want $200,000 each, and HBO is saying no way. I can't see how they could do it without those people. But
I thought it was the last season anyway.
Well, no, this
Yeah.
was the last
extended.
season, and now it's the really last season. They're shooting 8 final episodes, and
It may be 2.
Yeah.
yeah. So they
But
made
if
sure.
they're paying him $1 million an episode, and the amount of money that they've made off that series,
Well,
those
that's
people
the
are
thing,
worth $200,000 an episode.
But one thing that happens, exactly right, with the amount of money they made, they've just sold to A&E for syndication rerun rights for literally zillions. What happens sometimes is, and we talked about this with Grey's Anatomy several weeks ago, that show has hit it big, and the first thing they did was send everybody bonus checks of $200,000. It's like, look, we know we're going to make a pot of money, and we're going to keep the majority of it, the producers and the studio say, but we're going to share a little taste with you guys. These actors are saying on The Sopranos they've never gotten a taste of it. They never will, but the cable contract is different, and, they need to get the money now because they'll never get it later.
Ooh.
Well, I gotta say, they're right.
Yeah.
I say it's easy. You could kill off those kids, on a mob attack. I could write the script. I can tell you how we get rid of those characters.
No, I say, but they're right, because they don't know after The Sopranos is over where their next job is.
Yeah.
Well, I know, like the guy who plays Paulie Walnuts, who is a real-life mobster. I mean, you don't see him on the next sort of light sitcom coming up.
You know what? No, you know where Paulie Walnuts is all the time? Nickelodeon, he plays a gangster fairy on Fairly Odd Parents. I noticed when I watched with my kids, I recognize the
He's
voice.
Wanda's dad.
Yes, I love Fairly
Okay,
Odd
I know that
Parents.
episode.
Well, Paulie Walnuts is that guy.
I didn't know that.
He takes care of the trash on Fairly Odd
Yeah,
Parents.
I love
He
Fairly
does.
Odd Parents, and I love also Danny Phantom.
Oh,
Yes.
Danny Phantom's a good one.
Danny Phantom's a good one, and SpongeBob, of course, which is a classic.
Yeah,
Right.
SpongeBob.
I got...
Hey, did you know that Rosie Perez is Click on Diego?
No.
Yeah, we talked
See,
to her.
we're a little out of the Go
Oh,
Diego Go
yeah.
and
Right,
Dora.
Coming up tomorrow, the next Jamie, Jack, and Stench, celebrity cartoon voices.
Yeah.
Exposed.
That's right.
Sorry, Sam. We're just going.
But it's good because, Sam, we're getting you in the mood for graduation.
And you should know all this, Sam.
I know a lot of it, but I have a 10-year-old as well, and have you ever seen on the N Network that show Degrassi?
Yes,
Oh,
Degrassi High
yes,
or whatever.
I've seen it listed.
Yeah, so we're watching last night as the lesbian couple breaks up.
Oh.
I'm thinking, this is an awful night to watch.
Wow.
And the 10-year-old's watching it?
Yeah, I know. I needed to turn off the TV before that scene.
You know
See,
who?
my son likes Fear Factor.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
really?
I watched that last
and,
night.
And Melissa, does that make you big? Because Cooper's how old?
5.
All right. Well,
Okay.
see, you don't want him to emulate. I don't think you
Sam,
would.
there was an article a year ago or so that said that Fear Factor is the #1 show with kids between 3 and 5 for some bizarre
Because
reason.
they eat gross stuff.
Is that what it is?
Well,
And that's what he likes
He
about
loves
it?
watching them eat like worms.
I eat gross
Well,
stuff.
there is a dessert that Melissa may have served to Cooper that it's called dirt, and it's like a chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
TGI Fridays, they have that on the
Yes,
kids'
they do.
menu.
And you can put the gummy worms in it.
Right.
And they love that. That's like that can make you like the cool mom for the day.
Right. If you're a really cool mom, you substitute the gummy for real worms, and then
Yeah.
you're like way ahead of the game.
Well, I've seen the trailer for How to Eat Fried Worms.
Yep.
So last night, for some reason at dinner, he sort of flashed upon the trailer and asked me about putting worms in the microwave and what would actually happen.
Oh, this is going to be a cool
Because
boy you got.
it's in the trailer where it like blows up, and I explained that we don't put worms in the microwave and no worms were harmed during the actual filming of that movie.
You eat some
But
worms, though, on TV.
Yeah.
But that's an interesting adult. You could talk with Dr. Katz about this tomorrow. That's an interesting prepubescent phase. It's like, Daddy, if I put the cat in the microwave, what will happen?
Oh, Stench
Yeah,
still
you know.
does that. I deal
Yeah.
with this every day.
Dude, Jack has this little rat dog that he hates that I try to get rid of every time his wife goes out of town, and he won't let me.
No, but if you wait till you see that, you'll see if you go see one of these kids' movies. In the trailer, they put a worm in a microwave. And I explained to my son, we don't do that.
I've seen that
That's
trailer.
gross. It's like yucky. No, we're nice to all animals. And
Worms
now,
are animals, Melissa.
We're all gossipers.
Most of the last thing that I think you want is child rearing advice from Jack and Stench.
Yeah. I'm doing plenty of damage on my own.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say, as we all are, but that, but one thing about it, which is funny, with little kids, they really like what we would consider old style pratfall, pie in the face humor.
They love it. Well, look at Nickelodeon dropping slime on people.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, that's hours of entertainment.
I've been slimed.
Have you ever
I got to do it once.
I got slimed by Rosie O'Donnell once. Have you ever been slimed?
That's a weird story.
Takes
Let's
a
go back
whole
to
new
that.
level.
Getting slimed by Rosie O'Donnell is a whole nother thing that I wouldn't expect on Nickelodeon.
But the slime itself is made of oatmeal, green food. It is very hard to get off your clothes.
It tastes kind of sweet, too. It's like a cake batter.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, I've been slimed. I'm an expert.
There you are. I'm trying to think who's sliming who. We talked about it earlier, the ongoing battle between Paris Hilton and Lindsay Lohan.
I'm obsessed with this, by the way. I'm obsessed with this and peace in the Middle East because I feel they're of equal importance.
But listen, you and I have stood by and watched it happen, and I really do think it was the X-rated video. How did Paris go from just like nothing to the fact where intelligent folks like you and I are actually talking about and are sort of interested in her?
But I'm fascinated also by like America or the world's now obsession with Paris Hilton.
Yeah.
But I think is that chicken or the egg? I think that is because we've sort of fed them Paris Hilton.
True, but also like the I think the tape launched the show, and then it was like this like rich girl heiress fantasy and all these teenage boys, and then they're on the internet.
Everyone knows the Hilton, heir and the fortune that's attached to it.
Hold on, Sam just took some responsibility for Paris Hilton.
And then,
I respect that.
I would
blame him.
love to open a magazine and not read something about her.
Yeah.
You
Like,
see,
it would be refreshing.
Okay.
This is the version of like Meet the Press or one of those Sunday morning political shows that Melissa and I could do about Paris Hilton.
Yes, it is. This is our roundtable discussion.
On Paris Hilton?
But I truly think it was the tape because the fact of the matter is there was this sort of unobtainable haughty quality to her, and then that tape showed you, oh, you know what? There's something else she actually does too.
Yeah, I can have cheap sex with her.
And I personally, I've stopped answering my cell phone during sex.
But what's so funny,
I
most
feel it's
guys
disrespectful.
Most guys like to have a chance to go to bed with Paris Hilton. Oh, talk on your cell phone.
Exactly.
It's fine.
But so what have you heard about the Lindsay Paris? We're friends, we're not friends, we're friends, we're not friends.
I would assume that they're not friends. Did you ever see that it's actually a very good website, this TMZ.com?
Yes.
They do very, very sort of raw gossip. Did you ever see the video of Paris with Brandon Davis?
Yes.
And he was that was really, I mean, talk about Hollywood being high school with money, but that was just an unbelievable rip.
It was. That was some fine entertainment.
Yeah.
And I thought that Lindsay actually handled that very
Oh
well
my God,
by
I
not
can't
responding.
believe we're talking about this, but
I know.
it's so top of the tabloids.
On the Today Show this morning, one of the top stories is Matt's interview with Britney Spears.
Which is tomorrow, and I'm totally TiVoing and watching.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Tomorrow it's on Dateline, and in fact, I've actually watched some clips of it now, as I'm sure you guys have seen them too. And she really just, you can't take the Louisiana out of the girl.
No.
Yeah.
And this is my favorite part. People question your marriage, Brittany. Why do you love him? And she's like, I love him because he's so simple. He's just a very.
That's accurate.
Yeah. But
He's
it does seem incredibly accurate.
Unemployed.
Yes, on so many levels.
All right,
really.
Sam, we got to go.
All right, bye, Melissa. See you guys tomorrow.
Bye, Sam.
Okay.
Have fun
Happy
today.
graduation.
Yeah, have fun. Congratulations to your child, and we will talk to you tomorrow morning, 6:30, right here on the Jamie, Jack, and Stench Show.
The Jamie, Jack, and Stench.
Wow, here's what's going on right now. We are waiting JD from INXS to call us up. Remember, JD is our friend. He won the job on the
JD
CJ
Fortune.
show.
It may have finally happened. Remember, we were like, when are you going to become a big rock star? You won this contest. You're the lead singer of INXS. Maybe he's now fully into the rock star lifestyle, and he's passed out in a hotel room somewhere.
That would rule.
It would
Maybe-
rule. I'd be proud of him.
Maybe he's just blowing you guys off.
No, he's
No,
our
he
friend.
likes us.
Here's why. We have a
Wait,
special bond with him.
Do you say that you're friends, or does he
We
say
say it.
that you're
Yeah,
friends?
No,
we say
it.
we're friends because when he was early on in the
Friends
show,
are friendly.
we had him on. You know what? Those are that whole band, the nicest guys in the world, and we've done a couple of events with them. And I remember the last time we introduced them at a concert in October, and then for them to walk off stage and come over to us and thank us for everything we've done for them. We're like, dude, you're in INXS, man.
Yeah.
We didn't do anything for you, but have you on our show. And they're such nice guys. It's a great band.
They're about to start the show again.
here.
Now it's
Yes.
Start writing the
Supernova.
hate mail. Here it comes.
Hold on.
As soon as they hear your voice, Amy.
She's
it's
here.
gonna be. I call it Rockstar Tommy Lee, but it's called Rockstar Supernova.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with really like a whole bunch of all-stars in this band. It's
Like
going to be hard
Slash,
to join
right?
that.
Tommy Lee, and it's all.
some Guns N' Roses guy, but I don't think it's Slash.
No, I don't think it's
Oh, is
Slash.
it Duff?
No, because they're both.
I don't
they're
know,
working
only-
with Velvet Revolver.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Tommy Lee still tours with Motley Crue and stuff too, but I thought they were putting this together.
It's not Slash, but it is a couple other people that are known if I
Okay.
knew who they were. Wow. Good seeing y'all.
Thanks for that.
Good seeing you. Here come the emails.
Welcome to the show. You can go to star987.com, send us a holler right now.
Right, and if you can't get through, call my private phone.
And here's what I like. Melissa Rivers has been here today. We've had a fantastic show. Everything's gone so well, and 9:22 is when it fell apart.
Yeah.
Amy Sugarman came in.
It's record setting.
I know every guest was on time until I showed up. And
Yeah,
then now
and
where's
you brought us
JD?
down. And JD's a big rock star, so if he doesn't show up, whatever, we know he is going to show up at the Greek Theater this Friday night. Jack and I are going to be there.
Me too. You want to come?
Oh, God.
I would love to, but I can't.
Terrific.
Neither can I anymore.
Wow.
I can't.
Shocker.
Stench and I will be at the IHOP in Burbank instead.
We're having a big party there. It's going to be this really cool thing. And unfortunately, I can't make it any longer.
Yeah, I have no social life left anymore.
What do you have going on? You have the TV Guide channel. I know you're already getting ready for big award shows.
We're already getting ready. I just finished shooting my show Stars First Jobs, which will premiere after our fashion wrap, after the Emmys in August.
Is that like Star's first job?
Like stars, we take them back to
It's a
do their
little
first job.
self-explanatory.
Yeah. So
That's cool.
Stars first
What would
jobs?
yours be? Mine is ice cream scooper and tennis coach.
See, we've had a night. We had Chandra Wilson from
Grey's
Grey's Anatomy. She worked at a Baskin Robbins.
Lords, but same thing.
We-
We had a Lords ice cream.
Yeah, we took her back to a Baskin Robbins.
What were you? What's your first job?
Dog breeder. Only kidding.
What was your first job?
My first job, I actually worked in a warehouse, a company called David Levy Company. They're out in Cerritos. At the time, we were in like Paramount Compton area, and I
Ooh.
did grunt work in a warehouse and stripped things. It was a fun job.
Oh, what was
Yeah.
your first job?
Hot dog cart at Universal Studios.
Oh,
Excellent.
Yeah.
see, that rules. I didn't get to do any food service. My parents wouldn't let me. They made me go do grunt work, like real man's work,
See, I
labor.
had to do grunt work too.
What was yours, Melissa? Come on.
Oh my God, I had 3 first jobs simultaneously. I did. If I wanted to ride, I had to work at a barn on the weekends.
Ooh.
I set up chairs at a beach club, and that same summer I worked in retail.
Ooh, retail.
I worked at the old Camp Beverly Hills on Santa Monica
I
Boulevard.
remember
So I'm guessing you were like a bad kid because Joan had it in for you.
Yeah, I mean, my parents had that, that work ethic that, like,
But
a
that's
little
so
bit
good.
like the Reverend
Yeah.
this morning. Like, all this is ours. You're welcome to use it.
That's
you
so true.
want yours, you go and get it.
Wow, good for them.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I was a bitter, angry teen. That's for tomorrow with Dr. Stan.
Yeah,
Right.
so Melissa will be back tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock with Dr. Stan. And I see now JD's on the phone.
Yay.
Let's
Let's
talk to him. We'll
quick.
talk to him
Yeah.
anyway. JD, what's happening?
Oh man, what's going on, guys? Long time no speak.
Dude, you're
doing?
late.
You sound like a rock star right now.
I feel like a rock star right now, man. I'll tell you that.
Where are you?
Let me see.
No, he doesn't know.
Thank you, Cleveland.
I'm in Fresno, I think, man.
Oh, awesome.
Are you on the bus or in a hotel?
I'm in a hotel. I know that.
Because
Wow.
it's not moving.
Yeah, no, I just we just played a pretty late show last night outside, so my voice sounds a little rough because it was getting a little cold out by the end of the set. So.
Hey, you could be like Madonna, make them turn the AC off everywhere
It's hard
you perform.
outside.
Yeah, outside, shut them down.
Then, of course, Madonna's connected to the other world.
the Kabbalah guys, they can shut, they can
They
arrange
can
that
shut
for
it.
you.
That ethereal AC unit, yeah.
Yeah.
So, is your next show here in LA then?
Yeah, we're on our way to LA today, and we got 2 shows playing over at the Greek Theater there. So that's gonna be.
We
pretty
are there Friday night. I know Jack and myself will be there. We've got some really cool stuff going on with INXS. We're bringing listeners. You guys are doing the private show, and we are going to also fly a whole bunch of people out to party with you guys in Australia.
Wicked, man. Right on.
That's
That's
awesome.
going to be amazing. Yeah, I'll tell you what, those Australians, though, they can party, so make sure those guys bring an extra liver or something.
Have you been over there since you've become the lead singer of INXS?
Oh, dude, I went over there twice, and both times it's like, it's like going over to a long-lost family, and like everybody's got to pinch your cheeks, but as cheeks, I mean beer. You know what I mean? Like every house you go to, it's like, come on in and have a beer, mate.
Have a Foster's.
Oh, God.
It's
No
those
more
big
beer.
cans.
Yeah.
But see, now that you're a rock star, you need to hire someone to drink for you, so it's like your stunt liver.
Yeah, really.
I just bought a liver on eBay, but it was Danny DeVito, so apparently it's wrecked.
And how are the fans over there? Are they very accepting of you as coming in?
Yeah, actually, there hasn't been that many, problems. We got a few, freaks and weirdos, but, a couple paintball shots to the head.
No way. Well, I'll tell you right now, the new stuff sounds great, and you are doing an excellent job in there with INXS. We look forward to seeing you guys at the Greek Theater this Friday night. I know the Star Private Party is going to be going on, so
yeah, man,
that's awesome.
Amazing. And hey, Melissa, what's going on? I've been a big fan of yours for years.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now he's going to hit on you because he's a rock star.
I know, and that's all good. Notice suddenly my voice, I'm like, I'm like, hey, JG. I'm all nice all of a sudden. You know what I mean? You can borrow my liver. Well, thank you. I became
maybe with a little Chianti.
Exactly. I watched the show. I watched Rockstar.
Oh, wow.
And
Sorry.
I was very impressed with the whole thing because I, for some reason, have all these bizarre connections to the show. One is which I used to work with Brooke.
Oh, right on.
And Dave Navarro and I have known each other since first grade.
Are you kidding me?
Isn't that funny? So to my mom, it's still little Davey Navarro.
Davey Navarro's a little weird.
But so my mom sees him on the red carpet and she's like, David. You know what I mean? This is someone who, hello, Mrs. Rosenberg. My mom was like, class mom.
Well, I've got both of them in bed with me right now. Hold on. Hey, Dave, Brooke.
Exactly.
Oh, that would rule.
Wow.
That would rule, dude.
JT, I like you now. Your brain works like mine. Exactly.
Well, JD, you need to rest up your voice and get ready for a great show here in LA. Thanks for calling us so much and doing so much with the radio station here, and continued success with INXS, and we will see you Friday.
Yeah, and
Hey,
JD,
guys,
next time you're on the red carpet, make sure you come over and say hi to me.
I will. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. Thank you. Hear that, Dave? All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
Later, JD.
Bye.
All right. Later,
See ya.
guys. Bye.
Jamie, Jack, and Stench.
All right, everybody, it's Wednesday morning. Melissa Rivers has been our guest host for the entire morning this morning, filling in for Jamie White. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having me. I had a great time.
We have definitely had fun with you. It was fun to see someone finally put Sam Rubin over the edge, make him get crazy.
I did. I think Sam actually may have had the giggles, too, a little.
He was dishing today. Normally Sam plays it really, really safe and doesn't dish on people. And today he just started spitting about Paris and Britney.
And fire. He was spewing flames.
I think he was a cat fight kind of. He wanted to outdish you.
And I wasn't even trying. I was happy to hear it because I like Sam and I watch Sam.
Yeah, Sam's cool.
Yeah, Sam's a good guy.
And you have your TV guide channel coming up. Lots of stuff. You have a new show. That you're going to do after your next red carpet.
That I've actually already shot it and it's already in post-production now, but it's not going to air until August. Called Stars First Jobs, where we take celebrities back and remind them of their humble beginnings and make them go do their first jobs again and see how they hold up. And then we also interview their bosses.
Their old bosses?
No, their new bosses.
Oh, their new bosses. Oh, after they do the bad job at their old job.
Yeah.
Oh, that would suck. Because your heart's not anymore. Once you've got like millions of dollars to go back and work a drive-through or something.
Oh, yeah.
It would be rough to do.
And a lot of celebrities do have the fast food industry experience.
Yeah, I think so many people. I mean, Jack was slinging hot dogs at Universal Studios.
I love that.
You told me funny stories about getting burned by the steam.
Oh, my God. I had my driving instructor teacher, because I was in high school, was going to turn my parents in because on the hot dog cart, you used to get burns up and down your arm, and they looked like cigarette burns. And so he thought I was being abused and tried to turn in my parents.
Is being a driving instructor the most frightening job in Los Angeles?
Oh, it has to be.
For high school kids?
For high school kids. I went to LNG driving school. I remember it.
Oh, we had it at Downey High. They still had it as a program.
So that's when I went to. It was like included in school.
See, it wasn't included in school for me.
Now it's not. Yeah, it's not any longer.
Ours was a shop teacher who was just doing it over the summer to make extra cash, and it was scary.
Yeah.
Because they loaded up the car with kids, too, so you weren't the only one, and you had to sit in the back seat while some other kid tried to kill you.
Yeah, exactly. We're all going to die.
Right.
And the teacher's like all high, mighty, and powerful, too, because he's the guy that's basically going to decide if you get your license when you turn 16 or not.
Yeah. It's the one class you actually attend regularly.
And then they mess with you the whole time. Real quick, they'll cover the mirror. What color's the car behind you? Red?
No, but my lip gloss is still in place.
They do so much crap messing with kids' heads. Oh, my God. Well, we have thoroughly enjoyed you. Melissa Rivers, thank you so much for coming in once again. It was a pleasure to have you, and you're always welcome back here on the Jamie, Jack, and Stench Show.
Anytime, I'll be here.
And we want to talk to you again, especially red carpets rolling around. That's always the best.
That's always a good time.
You and your mom out just being crazy, and actually your mom being crazy, and you are the straight man for her.
Yeah. It's
so
a little
fun.
alarming, isn't it?
It's fun to watch you like reel her in. I love watching you guys. It's absolutely cracks me up.
Well,
So,
thank you.
Thank you so much for coming in. We look forward to seeing you again, and we will be back next just to wrap this thing up and go home, and then kick off Therapy Thursday tomorrow with Dr. Stan, also special guest Luke Perry. More music after this on Star 98.7.
Jamie, Jack, and Stench.